Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited. We just drove up at basically the only tree lot that's open in Los Angeles. I feel like none of them open until after Thanksgiving, which was a little weird. Like, is it like too early to start decorating? I never know, but Thanksgiving is like a week late, but I'm ready. Welcome to my decorating for Christmas video. So let's go take a look and see what we can find. And our ceilings are like 10 and a half feet. So we can go as high as like an 8-foot tree this year. Maybe 9-foot tree? Maybe that's too tall. I don't know. 8.
Yeah.
Okay. I love her. She's not as sparse as like I had originally thought I wanted it to be. So should we get her? So we just brought the tree inside and I'm gonna decorate tomorrow, but I'm very impatient. I need to open it now. Let's see what she looks like. Kinsley, are you helping? Are you helping? Are you so excited? It's Christmas. So I definitely think we're gonna put her in a different place than we normally have. Usually she's over here. Our tree, I'm calling her a she. I don't know why I'm doing that. So normally we put our Christmas tree over here by the fireplace and then decorate all of that. But I'm thinking I'm gonna do something different this year and put her in a part of my house that you haven't seen yet. So I will see you guys in the morning and we'll start decorating. Okay, so good morning. It's officially the next day. This is actually a part of my house that you guys might not have seen before. So you walk in my front door here, and this is the entryway. So our tree is 8'5" tall. She looks so good in the entryway, and I just kind of put this furniture over here to kind of style the corner. And then we're of course gonna have presents around the tree, and then we're gonna do some pretty artwork on the wall over here. So instead of having a tree skirt this year, I really want a collar or like a basket to put the tree in, but I couldn't decide. So we're gonna try both and see what works. I went to HomeGoods and I found this big basket, but it's not too tall. So I think it's still gonna be okay with like the branches being lower. $29.99, and it is really big. I mean, look at this basket. I also found this tree collar. I got it home and it literally says Santa's Workshop. So I'm thinking about doing a DIY on this tree collar and wrapping it in macrame. But first I need to make sure that these actually fit the tree. Wow, I really like it in the basket. That's exactly the look that I was going for. You definitely have to make sure that you have a big enough basket to fit your tree stand, like what's holding your tree up. And now I'm going to make it lit, light it up. And you want to put your lights as close to the base of your tree or the center of your tree as possible so that you have enough room for your ornaments to be on the branches. We just ran out of lights. We gotta go to the store. And we also are gonna go to Blick because I need to pick up some cool art supplies for our DIY art that we're gonna do. So let's go shopping for a little bit. Buy one, get one, half off. So I'm getting a big pad so that I have plenty of practicing room with the watercolor. So I'm gonna be making and DIYing a lot of ornaments for the tree, but I really wanted some pretty foundation or base ornaments. So I went to HomeGoods and found all these really pretty textured ornaments. So these have like a really pretty texture on it with a little bit of gold leafing. And then I found these textured kind of rosy gold ornaments to kind of pair with them. I also found this really pretty set. Another video on my channel, I'm gonna be doing some DIY ornaments in different styles. So if you guys are more Scandinavian, if you're gonna do kind of my type of Christmas or bohemian or maybe farmhouse. So instead of using metal hooks this year, I'm actually gonna use a really small yarn or just to kind of further give it a kind of like natural organic vibe. So the goal is to hang your ornaments where they can hang freely and they're not gonna hit any other branches. Like if I was to hang it here, let's say, you see how it's gonna hit all of these branches around there, which sometimes is inevitable with a full tree, but rather than there, here. And then nothing is going to hit it and it's gonna lay freely in between the branches. also saved a few of the ornaments that I used to put in the mantle garland as well, so to tie everything in together. So I really want to put something on the wall here because I feel like it's missing something. So I have these HOVSTA picture frames from Ikea. I want to DIY my own art to go inside of them. And the great thing about having something like this, like a natural colored frame, is that you can change up the way that a room looks by keeping the same frame but then changing your art inside. Thinking about hanging them sideways, so one here and one here. What do you guys think? I wish you were here so I could ask your opinion. Let's go paint some art. Welcome to my art studio. You guys really loved these paintings that I did in the kitchen. You guys also love my handwriting. Every time I put my handwriting in a video, you guys love it and you think that I should do art. So I'm gonna try and write my own artwork. Kind of taking this like lighter beigey color and using it as a backdrop for words. I want one to say all is calm and then the other to say all is bright. So it's festive but pretty. These are 12 by 16 inches on the inside. I'm gonna cut the paper to be exactly like 1 inch over that measurement. I always practice. I have this scrap paper from the rest of the paper that I cut that I'm just gonna kind of practice the coloring. So I'm gonna take some water and wet the paper first, and then wet this brush, which is kind of a round pointier brush. Dip it into this color. Get some of it off because I don't want it to be very pigmented. And then lightly touch the water. And it should start to spread. Like that. I want it really soft in the color of it, nothing crazy. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is paint the watercolor background on both of our sheets and then let them dry. So when you finish, you'll have something that looks like this. You can see it's really subtle. Here's all of my practice text. I'm very nervous. I'm just gonna go for it. All is gonna be small, and then calm is gonna be larger. So I'm gonna do the calm and the bright first. This all is like lowercase cursive. Okay, what do you guys think? Now I gotta do the other one. Okay, not bad for, I've never written my own art before, but I've always like loved to write. I actually really like this brush pen Eco line because it came in a lot of different colors. So if you want to do something other than black, you totally can, but it's kind of forgiving. Like you can go back over lines where they don't exactly match up and like smooth them out a little bit. So let's put them in the frames and then we can hang them up and see what they look like. Here's how they turned out. I think they look so good. You can see how subtle it is in the background, that it's like that natural, like neutral brown color. You could always do any color you want. You could do red or green, but I wanted it to be really neutral and like it was part of my decor, but it's also Christmas. Okay, so it's a day after Thanksgiving, so we're back to decorating for Christmas. So I really wanted to DIY a tree topper because tree toppers can get pretty expensive, and a lot of the supplies at Joanns was on like super discount sale, or I always have coupons, so it ends up being a little cheaper. So I'll add it all up on the screen, but I kind of wanted to go with a starburst look. So the supplies that you're gonna need to make this kind of starburst look are little small balls, and we're actually just gonna be using one of these. So I'm gonna get creative on how I can use the rest of the pack of these for ornaments or something for Christmas, because you can only buy them in a pack. So I definitely want you guys to not have any waste. These wooden dowels have this chalky gray spray paint. So these were the balls that we used on the tree, and they have this kind of white gray undertone. So you can see it complements it really well. So I'm gonna use this hot glue and some scissors, and let's get started. Take one of these small balls. So I'm actually going to keep them 12 inches for now and then glue them into our ball and creating the starburst, and then we can always go back in and cut them afterwards. Fairly simple process. I'm just gonna put a little bit of hot glue right on the end and then press it into the ball. Kind of evenly distributing them. So I can already tell I'm gonna have to cut at least 2 inches off of each one. Okay, so I'm gonna cut about 2 inches off of each one with these big honkin' scissors that I have. And I'll just use this one that I just cut off as a guide. So I'm just gonna mark where 6 inches would be and then cut them all in half. So we're just gonna stick these right in between each of the longer little dowels to create more of that starburst shape. Pretty, but it definitely needs to be this color to match our vibe. So it's all dry from our spray paint, and I just feel like it's missing something. It's not exactly giving me Christmas vibes in the color. So I dug around in my DIY studio and found just some different colors and shades of glitter. So I'm going to use some Mod Podge glue and a paintbrush. I definitely think that the center part needs the most like updo, like glow up, because it's like not the greatest texture. It kind of looks like moon craters. Sprinkle it on. Just to hide this ugly wrapped wire, I just cut a piece of the tree from the back, and I'm gonna hide that part. Okay, so for our next DIY, I really wanted to do a garland out of wooden beads because I think it's gonna add a lot of natural look to the tree. These wooden beads are from Joanns. They are originally kind of pricey. This whole bag, but there's 400 in here. This whole bag is $20 something, but I had a 50% off coupon. So we're gonna see how many feet we can get out of this and how much garland we can actually make for about $10. So what you're gonna need are some wooden beads and just some string. So I'm gonna do the garland in 6 feet strands. And right on the end of my string, I'm going to tape it off. This is gonna make the string stronger for one and easier to put into the holes. So now you can see that it's really strong. So I'm gonna fade from small wooden bead to large, back to small, and then to the other shape. So I'm gonna slip on this first bead all the way to the end, and I'm gonna tie a knot around it, a double knot. Okay, so we got our first 6-footer. I'm thinking that we can definitely get 2 6-foot strands out of this bag. So I'm just gonna close off the end here, just like I did the beginning. Wrapped around that first bead and back through, tying a double knot to close it off. So I got 2 6-foot strands out of that bag, but I'm definitely thinking that it needs more. So I'm gonna go back to Joann's and get another one because we're gonna make 2 more, and then I'll show you what that looks like. And we have this fake fireplace mantle. The fire will be up here all month. Hey, that is your stocking, but that's not for you right now. No, no, So we're gonna be kind of making an abundant looking garland for the mantle. And garlands can get pretty expensive. These were the Hearth and Hand Joanna Gaines line from Target. These were actually the cheapest ones from Target, and they were the prettiest. So these were $20 a piece, and I got 2 of them. And then I went to Joanns because all of their holiday stuff is on like super doorbuster sales for like Black Friday, and I think they're continuing it after this Sunday. They had these stems, they had lots of great stems, for 70% off. So this was originally $10, $9.99, and I got it for $2 and something. So I thought this would be nice to kind of beef up the mantle. I'm gonna start by laying out our pretty longer garland. I'm gonna hang one off this side and then one off the other side and fluff it. In order to keep the garland on the mantle, I just use these command strips with the Velcro and then stick one around the stem of the garland and then stick the other right onto the mantle, and then I can easily remove it after Christmas is over. I'm gonna place this pine stem underneath the garland. This is kind of making it more abundant, fixing all of the stems. And then we're gonna go back in with some lights too. And then I'm gonna hang the second one off of the other side, the same distance. And then let it hang over the front kind of a lot. And that just takes some zhuzhing and fluffing. I'm gonna put some lights in it because, you know, why not? You're just gonna kind of tuck them in just so you don't see much of the green wire. So I got these really cute stockings from Target. They were really just basic cable knit that I think maybe I could DIY later on, maybe with our initials or something cute. But I got one for me, one for Romeo, and one for Kinsley. And I'm gonna hang them off center. So all 3 of them, I'm gonna hang them on this side of the mantle because I have this basket that our pillows go in on this side. So I'm gonna hang them with the 3M hooks. You guys could have stocking holders. I swear I had some that we used last year, but they weren't in all of my stuff. See how easy that is? And then you don't even see them. Oh, wow. So I saved some of the ornaments that we used on the Christmas tree to put over here as well so that it looks the same and cohesive. I'm just gonna tuck them in, not really hanging down, but more kind of like snuggled on top. Also, the ornaments help to fill out the space, so that if there's any like spaces in between your branches that don't really look good, you can just put an ornament there and it'll fill it out. And I wanted to remove some of the everyday or fall items from the coffee table and make it a little more festive. So I found these trees at Joann's too. They were regularly $16.99 and $19.99, but again, 70% off. So they were, oh, and they light up. This little small wreath, and then these little iron reindeer from HomeGoods. I like lots of little things on my coffee table. I always have, everyone's different, but I like to kind of build and have this kind of a collection of stuff. So I always start with like a base, which is why I love this wooden. And then we've got our 2 trees. And kind of fluff him up a little bit. And set him right in the center of the wreath. Oh, he's so cute. And then to finish off, I just want to replace all of the pampas grass and some of the dried flowers that I have in here with more of these pine stems that I got from Joann's. you guys enjoyed decorating for Christmas with me. I'm gonna be adding a lot more. I'm gonna be doing tons of holiday DIYs, so I'm gonna be uploading multiple times per week for the holidays, so you guys aren't gonna wanna miss them. So if you're not already subscribed, definitely hit the subscribe button and the little notification bell so you know exactly when I upload, because it's going to be more often. There are definitely things that I want to add in here. We're gonna be doing some like custom ornaments, maybe even a rug for underneath the tree. So if you guys liked this video, definitely give it a thumbs up below, and I will see you guys very soon, sooner than Sunday. We'll see you guys soon. Bye guys.